Hey everybody, welcome in. My name is Ryan. We're here at our Forward Los Angeles location located at the Westfield Century City Mall. Why don't we go ahead and dive right into your tour? Let's get started. So first things first is your check-in process. Self-service, streamlined. All you're going to do is walk up to this iPad, find your initials displayed on that screen, type in your 4-digit security PIN, bam, you have your playlist for the day. First, we would check you in. Then we have the body scan. Super cool, 45 seconds, captures all of your vitals in real time. Then we have you in the room for the baseline, which is where we're gonna draw, process your blood. Results only take 12 minutes to come back, super fast. Then we get into the genetics test. This is where we kind of dive into your family health history, learning different hereditary risks that you might have, so we can really start to customize your entire health picture. And then the plan and the exam, that's where we can kind of break down what your health picture looks like and start to strategize and prioritize your entire health picture. Cool, so that's your check-in process. Let's go ahead and try out the body scan. Super fast, 45 seconds, all your vitals are in real time. Great, so why don't you go ahead and step on up to the middle of the platform for me. Perfect. We'll go ahead and select our demo account DM. We can select our gender. Great, now go ahead and lay your left hand flat and just slide it forward. Perfect. So essentially what the body scanner is using is infrared technology to create a 3D body model. We're then overlaying that with a thermal map. So the first stat you're gonna see pop up here is your heart rate. But what's actually going through you is a process of red light spectroscopy, and that's just what gives us a better indication about how your blood's flowing. This one right here, pulse height, that's what tells us elasticity, hydration in your blood. The next one's gonna be oxygen levels in your blood. And then those last three are those more common metrics that you're used to seeing, which is weight, height, and temperature. So what's really cool about the body scanner is that it actually captures everything in real time. Everything will also get synced to your big screen in the back, but it also goes to your Forward mobile app, so you can continuously stay plugged in. But even cooler is we have you do this every single time, so we can start to kind of take that quantitative approach to your health, so we can easily see how things are actually trending over time. So that's it, 45 seconds. Once temperature disappears, you go ahead and step on off. Perfect, you're all set. Go ahead and take a step off. Normally we'd have a medical assistant here to bring you back to a room, but I can actually be your medical assistant for today. Cool, let's check it out, super awesome. Come on in. Cool. So this is your exam room. Super clean, minimal. Why don't you go ahead and have a seat and relax for a minute. Cool. So the first thing that we do in the room is we're gonna draw your blood. And we've had a lot of members just come from poor blood draws. That's why we've invested in a piece of technology like this. And it's our infrared vein mapper. And rather than guessing around, now we can use this infrared technology to essentially highlight all the veins in your arm. Makes for a nice clean poke. And in part of our convenient and easy and seamless kind of experience, we also have members change into comfortable clothing. We want you to be as relaxed as possible because you are here for 75 minutes, which is a quality amount of time. So we want you to be as relaxed as possible. What's really neat is that all of our devices are Bluetooth. So as the doctor's checking your heart rate, as they're taking your blood pressure, the metrics are actually going to be displayed on that screen. Super cool. So after we take your blood, it would go to the back of house where it would be processed. And then from there, it's just you and the doctor, together using what we call our collaborative tool. So it would obviously say for your name because it's a customized profile. And the first thing to pop up is the body scanner metrics that you just saw from the body scanner. These aren't actually yours because unfortunately we can't store that information. But this is just our demo account, and they're the initial numbers that you and the doctor can start to review together so you can truly understand what those numbers mean. Now, from there, we kind of dive into our topics and agenda for the day. This first section is what we call your general systems. So let's say that the doctor takes your blood pressure and the doctor then realizes that it's a little bit high. Like everything else, we kind of want to find the root cause of the issue. So the doctor asks, do you have a family history of hypertension? Now let's say you reply with some sort of phrasing like, actually, I do have a family history of hypertension. I've tried Diavin. And Diavin didn't work. Well, as you see those words flying, they're actually being captured on the screen. Super transparent, eliminates the confusion. Honestly, I think it's a lot of our members' favorite part because now it's that open and honest conversation with the doctor. You don't have to worry about being interrupted by a doctor taking notes or turning their back to you. But let's dive a little bit deeper into what a care plan looks like. We have identified the issue. let's set a goal, and then we can give you some action items to take home. So we have an on-site pharmacy with a lot of common medications, so maybe we could give you some from ours. It's actually included in membership. Then we could also give you a wireless blood pressure cuff that allows you to track remotely, whether that's once in the morning, once in the evening. But what's the benefit of that is that now your doctor can actually oversee that same information because everything's synced. But we also want to incorporate some lifestyle habits. So maybe running 6 miles every week, but everything's customized. So maybe it's not every week. Maybe we want to change it to every 2 weeks. Together, you and the doctor are able to figure out what plan works best for you. Now, just imagine yourself in this room for about 12 minutes, and that's all it takes. Your blood work's back. So you're actually sitting side by side with your doctor, able to start reviewing this information and understanding what the information is. And if you identify an area of opportunity, maybe then you could start diving deeper into which plan you want to focus on, and then say, okay, I want to monitor my cholesterol levels a little bit more often, so you can build out what that plan looks like. From there, we dive into our genetics, and this is where we again discuss things like your family health history, and you can opt into our 23andMe, which is included in membership. We learn different things like heart risks and neurological risks and medication sensitivities and even autoimmune risks. So we do that because we can start taking that preventative approach and building earlier plans rather than waiting later on in life. A big factor in convenience for a lot of people is the data centralizing, and this is where we can start to pull previous medical information from different offices, and we can kind of start to organize it in our clean format, whether that's medications you're currently on or you have taken, or maybe it's your allergies that you might have and how extreme they are, but even vaccines. Vaccines, boosters, immunizations, travel vaccines, those are all included in membership. But what we're doing is we're centralizing all of your previous medical information, whether that's previous life events, surgeries, different extensive blood work, and now you can kind of look back and say, at this age, you were feeling this way, doing these things. Really taking kind of a whole look at your health picture. And then to round it out, we have this wellness and lifestyle section. Honestly, it's probably my favorite part. A lot of our members enjoy it, and it's that opportunity to discuss things like stress and exercise and nutrition and mindfulness. And maybe you want to reduce your stress. Well, we can make recommendations of time management tools, breathing exercises, even meditation apps. Again, everything's customized. And we also want to discuss how to optimize sleep, who the important people are in your life, what's your work-life balance. But then even exercise and nutrition is huge. Using your genetics, we can start to identify foods you shouldn't be eating. Maybe you have a weight loss plan. You're able to start customizing and tailoring what your health actual plan is going to look like. Now, what's really cool is this last part, and it's what we call the timeline view. So you're able to kind of take a step back and kind of look at your year in view and say, okay, these are the topics that I want to focus on, and then these are the check-ins. Let's just use blood work as an example. You want to come in every quarter for more blood work, but maybe you think blood pressure is priority number one. Great. Go ahead and bring it in your timeline. You can then dive deeper into the plan, see how you're going to achieve it. You can set your follow-ups accordingly, but then you also want to bring in another plan, and maybe you want to reduce stress. The point of this is you're able to kind of build that holistic picture, what's first, what's second, but even cooler is everything's going to go to your mobile app. So you'll be able to continuously plug in and see that information. Now, as a Forward member, you have unlimited visits with zero copay, so you never have to worry about paying anything extra. Now, from a doctor standpoint, we definitely take that very seriously. We target Ivy League, Dartmouth, Harvard, Columbia, but we also make sure that they come from top education systems and top former just healthcare systems like UCLA, Kaiser, Cedars, Sutter, and even Stanford Health. Let me show you what our mobile app looks like. Cool. So it's got 3 different functions. So this first one is going to be your symptom card, identifying any keywords that you might want to send to the team. You can then sync 23andMe. You can import all of your previous medical information, any medications you might have taken. Now we get to blood work like cholesterol, diabetes, blood pressure. Now this middle part is you texting a friend. You have 24/7 access to text and chat with a doctor and care team wherever you are in the world. In a matter of minutes, you're going to start receiving response. And then this last screen is where you can view all of your care plans, and then you can also view all of your blood metrics as a whole, which is great. So the last thing that I want to mention is how we work with insurance. And we work with all different types of insurance. And when it comes to insurance, we make the referrals, specialists, prescriptions, extensive blood work, anything that we send out, we'll go ahead and bill it through your insurance. But our model is actually outside of insurance, and we do that for convenience factor, so you have a direct relationship to your doctor. So what do you think? You want something you want to try out? Let's get you started. Go ahead and go to goforward.com. You can choose the Get Started button. And if you have any other questions, no worries. Just go to our website, chat us through the chat feature. You can give us a call at 415-349-0850. I'm glad we had a chance to show you around today. I'm glad you started your membership, and I look forward to seeing you soon.